system does not work the way we want it to work many times. Now, in other places, I've been able to get some information, but the pressure of a mass movement, the pressure of the people is what can compel a lot of this stuff out. The pressure of the people is what compelled this indictment, at least, in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there was no pressure in Ferguson. I'm not saying that at all, but there was more massive pressure, I think, in Baltimore. And it was an urban area. It was an urban area, and they were worried about tourism and all that kind of stuff, you know, and everything. But I just think that, you know, if it's part of the organizing of a mass movement, we got organized a mass movement. We've been doing protests for years, but we came up against the propaganda line of the police. You know, it's always a propaganda line about this is a tragic accident, you know, and all this kind of garbage. And we come to find out that there were that jail was nothing but a death camp or death hole or whatever you want to call it, a racist hellhole. That's all it ever was. And others had been killed in there. You know what I'm saying? And then other people got killed in there after we started our campaign. So we were able to put enough pressure on that. We didn't win a lot of victories there. We didn't stop police brutality at all. But what we did do, we forced that damn jail out of existence. It does not exist, Chattanooga City Jail. All those people killed at. That does not exist anymore. And the cop who did the killing, we didn't get him put in jail because of the corruption of the local officials and everything, and even the federal government. But we did drive him off the police force and into hiding. And you know, and the chief of police and these racist officials that protected these killings for years and years and years, we drove them out of office. Drove them out of office completely. In that town, there had only been one black person ever elected to any office there, city office, in 89 years, you know. So we were able to do some things there. Some of it was, you know, as you know, it isn't what we demanded. We wanted, our demands were much more radical than what we were able to derive. But doing away with that jail where people killed, that was a victory. Because I was put in that jail one time, well, more than one time, over years. But you go in there, you don't know if you're coming out walking or you know, flat on some gurney or something coming out there. So by stopping that, at least that was a victory. That was a victory. I'm losing people. But I got, go ahead, Gunner.
I just have one thing I wanted to say. In Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I lived and worked for 13 years, small town, about 60,000 people in southwest Michigan. A situation developed where a news story broke. A black man was able to talk to a reporter, and he talked about how he had been arrested on his racial profiling, but he was stripped naked and held in jail for, you know, several hours. And it got out in the media. The local newspaper did a story on it. And when that story came out, you had all these others, over 20 other black men came out and said, we were stripped naked, either totally or partially, while we were in jail. So what we did, what we didn't call it the body count, but we did a report. Lorenzo wrote it up, Victims of Naked Jailing in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And when you put the people's names down and the dates and everything, it's powerful. And we started passing that out to people. And you know, it caused real controversy in that city. And we didn't stop police brutality in Kalamazoo, Michigan, but the police chief took early retirement because it was a big scandal about it. All these black men, they either been totally stripped of their clothes or partially stripped. And just passing, it was, you know, we did it as a brochure. Victims of Naked Jail in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That stuff, you may not think it's that powerful, but it's a powerful document. And I hope that everybody in your city, you go back, you can start compiling it. And also, I would encourage people to, when somebody gets killed in your city, the administrator that we had on the line, his page on Facebook, Killed by Police. When somebody's killed in your city or in your area, send a report to him, because he'll put it up. We gotta start getting these
He's on
numbers up.
Facebook.
He's on Facebook, killed by police on Facebook. And then start doing your own local body count. That's what we need. It's one thing to have the Justice Department say they lied, saying 500 people were killed, but you can put names. That's what we did here. We gave the names of the people, how old they were, the bogus accounts of the police, but at least it has more life to it, where it has people's names and ages and everything. So I hope everybody does go back to your own community and just start doing your body count. You don't have to do any big things. Just listen to the news. Somebody gets killed, that's your first person on your body count.
And we're gonna have a database set up, I'm gonna have to get this, we're gonna have a database set up so that you can take and send whatever information you have to us, and we can, we can have that on a national database, so that people all over the country will know. And as I said, it's a battering ram, really, to have that kind of information. It shocks people's conscience, and it raises, you politically educate people like that. People can understand it. It's not just a isolated incident. No, we're talking about thousands, tens of thousands of people being killed over the course of, if you took 20 years, in fact, if you took just the years of Obama, and I'm not saying Obama's responsible for it, he stopped it, but he's not responsible for it happening. But if you just took his period of time, you'd have 10,000 people who've been killed, over 10,000 people who've been killed by the police in the United States. There are more people who've been killed by the police in the United States, as I said, they've been killed in both wars, Afghanistan and, I'm talking American personnel, American soldiers. There have been more people killed than American soldiers in those conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq. And so we need to be able to get at people as a tool. Not saying that we should not be out in the street protesting. We have to do that. But you give yourself a chance to build a broader based movement when you're able to tell people, hey, this has been going on a long time, and here's what the deal is. Here's the criminal record of the police. All right.